I have a game for you guys that involves Gambit stats a little bit.
All right.
So one of these are the Marvel official stats. Okay. I'm gonna lead with that. Chat, you can play along. But we're gonna go ahead and display these 3 stats of 3 X-Men characters. We have A, which is the top. We have a fighting skill of 7. Okay. We're talking about some standout abilities here. We have the second one, some pretty decent stats, an energy skill of 5. And then we have the third one, a lot of human level skills. Fighting skill 4 is what stands out for that one. So we have 3 categories. Bonus points if you can guess which X-Men they belong to. But really, which one belongs to Gambit is the major one.
My guess is the middle one.
The middle one's Gambit.
Now,
what do you think, Mariah Bane?
And I'm sure you guys see why I say the middle one.
Yep.
Yeah. The strength. I lean towards the first one in a way.
Yeah.
But the strength throws me off.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's too strong. Because his he's
very finesse.
His kinetic abilities are decently powered, but they're not crazy.
Sure.
They're not insane.
They're not like Scott Summers, like energy projection levels, right?
Right. So it looks like these scales are out of they're obviously out of a rank of 7. Mm-hmm. So he's in the top 2/3 of energy projection. I don't know if I buy that.
That's
well, I would actually lean towards,
because he went to Mr. Sinister to dumb down his powers because he felt they were too powerful.
I would lean towards
consuming.
3.
Yeah,
I would lean towards 3.
You're going to lean towards 3. Okay, all right. And so if you're going to lead Gambit as 3, who do you think 1 and 2 are?
Now, do we have choices of 1 or 2, or is it just all the X-Men universe?
I'll give choices if nobody can nobody gets close.
Yeah, but we're dealing inside of the mutant.
Within the X-Men.
Within the X-Men, okay.
Just the X-Men.
Because number 1,
I want it to be fair,
Number 1, I would think is Wolverine.
Okay.
Now Wolverine's durability is higher than that, I think.
Now I would think Colossus, but I think Colossus' strength would be a 7. So that's why I think Wolverine.
Laura thinks 2 is Gambit. Okay, all right. We got some guesses in here. So
hold on a second. Let me think this.
Yeah.
About these other 2. So Gambit 3, I think Gambit 3. But as for the other 2, that's tricky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of X-Men.
There are. You know what? Keep it mainline. The ones that you'd know.
So I would think I could actually see 2 being Cyclops.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
I do see that too.
And then
given that, I would not pick Cyclops for 3 if Cyclops is in this poll.
No, I'm thinking. So I have logic I'm applying to this outside of just the X-Men. I'm thinking of the X-Men that you would pick.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fair.
Agreed, yeah.
That's fair.
Part of me is like he included Wolverine in this mix.
Well, why would I include Wolverine? Right.
Was that
why would I include Wolverine?
It's kind of hard not to include Wolverine a lot of times, just because he's such a well-loved character. So if I was a betting man, I would do Wolverine, Cyclops, Gambit, ABC.
Wolverine, Cyclops,
and I'm going to go Wolverine, Gambit, Jubilee.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Because Jubilee's got decent fighting skills, but she's not great in anything else, and that's where I get that from.
All right. So we're going to go with number 1. We'll reveal that one.
Because we both have the same answer?
Wolverine, yeah. Which I picked Wolverine for the first one. Fighting skills 7. So Wolverine and Gambit go toe-to-toe in the danger room a lot.
They do.
And so fighting skill, I thought they would be a little bit closer on par. But obviously the other 2 characters' fighting skill sitting at 4. So...
Well, if someone's energy is enough, you could play like the long game incapacitate Wolverine and then come in. So maybe the fighting skills don't have to be as high.
That's true.
And knowing how that gives me an idea of how these scales work. I feel better about my Gambit being 3, but we'll see.
All right, I'm going to reveal Gambit next because we know by process of elimination, Gambit will be the other one, right? So I'll save the
2 or 3. Who's got it?
Yep. All right, drum roll. We have Gambit's the third one.
Oh, he got it. Nice job.
So the way they kind of described it is like a 1 is human levels, right?
Yeah.
So I was actually a little floored that Gambit was so low as a 2 on energy.
It does feel low. Yeah.
It threw me off a bit because I'm like, Gambit, he's got to be a little bit more powerful than that. I'm not sure if I still agree with that, honestly.
Well, I think the Gambit's powers are always coupled with his fighting skills. Always. It's almost like he's got, I think of more like his cards are more like a martial, like a ninja type thing using throwing stars. Throwing stars are never going to be fatal. You'd have to be really crazy lucky to have fatal with the throwing stars.
Sure.
But they injure you. They suck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would assume they do, yeah.
And if some guy's poking you with these stars constantly and then beating you with a staff that's energized to make it a little shittier than a regular staff, now it seems like his energy powers are greater because he's being so effective in his utilization of the powers. However, taken as a standalone ability, I don't see it ranking that high with energy release.
So you're saying
that's why I think it looks powerful.
You're saying on this scale, like me personally, I would just be all 1s because I'm a human.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. Yeah, it's like 1 is just basic human level, right?
Because 2, if the scale from 1
2.
to 7 and a 2 of intelligence, like it seems
2
a little.
is Storm.
2 is 2. Ooh. If Gambit is not number 2 for me, I think you're right with Storm.
Could be number 2.
Strength, durability, and speed. I think her fighting skills. I think it's
slightly
a little high.
Slightly more intelligent. Storm or Cyclops for 2. That's what my guess is.
I would say
you got to lock in on 1. You got to lock on 1, Rybang. Come on.
I say Cyclops.
If you have one, you say Cyclops. Okay, I'll say Storm then.
Okay.
Cyclops.
It is Cyclops.
Nice.
Yeah. You should have went with your first gut feeling there.
That's right.
John.
It's fine.
Nope. That good guess though. Good for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I made it a little bit
funny.
difficult.
You know what made me lean towards Storm?
What's that?
It's the last second. It's Laura.
Fire.
Part of the discussion. I was like, he wasn't allowed to not include Storm.
Fair. No, so I went with Cyclops because I was like, you know what? He's another energy user, and I actually thought Cyclops might be a little bit higher than energy. His optic blast is really powerful. I think that could see the higher ends than a 5.
I do wonder who would be a 7 energy then. Storm?
That is a good question.
Because Storm's Omega. And Cyclops is not Omega.
Some of the Nova guys, maybe.
Yeah, right? but in the mutant realm.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
And it depends on what they're doing with energy. Like, is telekinesis in the energy bracket?
Well, I think all these things are a little loose, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're putting in what category because there's nothing to account here for. It's almost like that second bub is power level. Like their ability, their special power. So
yeah,
you've got telekinesis falling into there. That you've got what you could do with teleportation falling in there. You know what I mean? You've got all of that is falling into that one category. So I can see why that category would be oddly like Cyclops can end up a 5 because when you compare that to the Jean's telekinesis or telepathy, I mean Xavier's telepathy is probably a 7 when it comes to the power or energy there if they're doing it on that kind of scale.
Yeah, they would have to. There's nothing else that would be his telepathy. I don't think.
Right. There's no other category for those kind of abilities. So it's almost like mutant power. Instead of energy, it's almost like mutant power in that scale there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I thought it'd be important to talk about some of this stuff too. You know, I think it's a good idea to include the Marvel stats with our deep dives on characters. So I figured, you know, this is the first time we're doing it. Let's make a game of it and introduce some other characters too, so we get an idea kind of what they're looking at.
I like that. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
like that.
One of my favorite stats for their stuff is anything that's in the class 100 strength or above that can fall into 100 tons or more when you start getting into that crazy stat. It's surprising the people that don't make it. I'm always kind of surprised by that. Like, Colossus is not in that category. I think what's Colossus? 40, 60 tons?
Who would you say is the most or the highest strength of any Marvel character?
Highest strength of any Marvel character.
Because you would have Hulk out there, you'd have Colossus out there, you'd have Juggernaut. Well, Juggernaut's not mutant, but he's still strong.
The Hulk gets up there with power. Yeah. Like,
you're talking about strength of the highest strength?
In the Marvel universe, who do you think would have the highest strength?
Outside of interstellar or cosmic beings, because you start getting ridiculous when you get into
agree, like Gladiator.
But let's call them
Marvel
Terran characters, creatures from Earth.
There you go. I like
the Hulk far and away. Sentry may be in that discussion, but the Hulk, because the Hulk's power grows. I mean, you literally, they've not found a limit.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking Sentry, but he's a good one too.
Yeah, Sentry's part of that discussion.
I'd like
that's fair.
Sentry's Juggernaut up there too.
Was that?
Yeah.
Juggernaut?
Actually, Juggernaut is definitely part of that discussion. He's oddly stronger than people think he is. But who was the other one?
And durable too.
One that you don't hear is it Blue Shield? The guys,
I'm not familiar.
They kind of retconned him into existence. You don't know who the hell he is, but they've recently been he's been popping up.
Yeah,
that's really bright. Sorry about that.
Hey, the sun just turned on.
Well, while you're checking into that, I'm gonna pull some Gambit stats up here. Some baseline information. Yeah, I think some of this information is good for when we do the deep dives, right? So just some basic stuff. We have Gambit, height 6'2", weight 179 pounds.
Yeah,
he's a male, and he's got the eyes with the black and red pupils. We have brown-haired Gambit, but also with his death persona, he has white hair. He's from the Marvel Universe, and we have some other aliases for Gambit. We have Death, S. Templar, Le Diablo Blanc, Robert Lord, which that I've never heard.
Robert Lord.
Cajun. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the White Devil. That's what they called him back in his Cajun days, the White Devil.
Ooh, all right.
But I like that. Robert,
no official schooling, but his place of origin, New Orleans, Louisiana. Oh yeah.
You know, Seraph, you know this about me, is like I had to go to New Orleans because of my love for Gambit. That's my main reason I wanted to go down there. And I absolutely love it down there.
In my pursuit of figuring out who that character was, I just stumbled across something. So Colossus evolved. It now has over class 100 strength. Originally, he was only class 70 tons, but now he is in the class 100 category.
Is that when he? Is that because he got the gem of Sidorak or whatever and became a?
No, but good call. They said this is quite literally because he became an adult.
So he was as strong as a kid.
Yeah, he was just a teenager. When he had the power of the Juggernaut, when he had Sidorak, that was his power charts were off the charts. But the character I was trying to think of was the Blue Marvel.
Blue Marvel.
Oh, Blue Marvel.
Yeah, you should look up this character. He's an interesting character. He has a lot of really cool stuff about him, but he's exceptionally powerful.
I'm familiar with him from Marvel Strike Force or Marvel Snap, that card game. Yep.
Yeah, he's powerful. I mean, just incredibly powerful. But yeah, he was around. Like, he just appeared in 2008. They just brought him around not too long ago. Adam, Legend of the Blue Marble 1. They brought him out in his own comic. They introduced him inside his own comic.
Oh wow!
But he was, yeah, he was really neat.